Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. We're gonna work on this today on our lacy side, right? Okay, so I think we decided on the detached chain and the woven rows, right? That's what we decided, yeah. We hopefully you guys are agreeing with me. So on the lacy side, you have to be a little more strategic. On this, you can just embroider wherever you want to. Yeah, just don't go over your, or you could. Anyways, we'll get into that another time. So you have to be strategic on this. The more strategic you have to be is on this one. The detached chain, like I think some people call it the lazy daisy or whatever. Anyways, you want to make sure you're getting to where you have places to stitch instead of, a bunch of holes. So what I'm going to do is here-ish, I've got more dense, less holes, we'll put it that way. So I'm going to do a little circle here, just a little one, and then I'm going to do a bigger circle around here. That kind of gives me a parameter of where to start my stitches and where to end them. Does that make sense? Just a little circle inside and a bigger circle outside. And that gives me a parameter of where to go, okay? So let's do that one and then we'll strategize for the other one. Okay. Go in here and get my pre-threaded threads, my pre-threaded needles. Okay, I've got a little bit darker pink today, which is really pretty. So let me get this out of the way. Okay. I've got some more in there, I'm pretty sure. I hope. Because, I don't know. Anyways, let's just start here on our little circle. We're going to get right on there. And why I wanted to be very strategic with this is that you need enough density to be able to go right back in there, right? For the detached chain, okay? And then find you a place that's not so, holy, and do this. And we've got one. So, yeah. We just want to go around doing that. Let me see. My threads wanted to be a little funny there. Now. Okay. And we just want a few petals going around, right? Just a few. And yeah, you want as much solidity as you can find. Yep, right there, I think. We'll see. Trying to get my threads not to be funny on me. This is an older one. I don't know how old it is. It's been around for a long time though. Believe me. Well, I'm trying to get out of there. And I'm going in more. So it was trying to twist on me and I do not want it to twist on this. It's too dainty to start twisting. So I want it to go really... Okay, I want it to go here. Okay. Yep, you do have to be very, very strategic on the lace. Because there's holes in there. Okay. right there. And make sure you don't pull too hard, because if you do, you're going to bunch up your lace, and that's not nice. Okay. There you go. That's just what you need. Okay. Now we have to be careful. We don't want to get into this big hole here. We want to make sure we're going right up in, not there. Okay. Like that. Oh, now they're trying to separate on me. That's not nice. Okay. Yeah, this is an older one, but hey, it's not like they're gonna expire, you know. I don't think. I've used them 30 years old. They're not going to expire. Believe me, if you get a whole bunch of them that you're, oh, I'm not using that color, or what am I going to do? Just put it in a thing and come back to it when you need it. That's what I do. Because eventually you'll need that color. It just works out that way. It does. Eventually you need them all. But sometimes you get a really good deal on a batch, you know, just a bunch of different ones. And so you get all the ones you don't need along with the ones you do, and then you have some to save for later. I want to get, okay, it's very, very holy there. Okay, there. Try to make them as much as you can the same length, but they don't have to be exactly perfect, because, you know, it's lace and they're going to be a little imperfect because of that. It's just a thing. I think on the other one I went around and did a few shorter ones on purpose because of the way the longer ones were doing, so just saying. And that's fine. That is fine. Okay, we've got this. Now I left the center open so that we can do some French knots in there, you know. Okay. I'm gonna put one more here, hopefully. And excuse me, I'm losing my voice again. Okay, I'll just put that down there out of the way. Make this one just a touch, a tiny bit longer-ish, maybe. Just catch that and come back around. Okay. I think that looks good. Okay. All right. We'll tie this off, and you have to be very strategic on this. Instead of going in and doing my knot the way I usually do, I'm going to go ahead and tie it this way. Now, it won't matter if you're doing the weaving in and out and all the things to try to hide the knots and stuff like that. You're not going to see it behind here because we're going to close it up. And if you don't want to close it up the way I'm doing, you can put cardstock behind it. You're still not going to see it. So don't worry about the knots, is what I'm trying to say. It'll be fine. I know some people get really, really serious about, oh, you can't have a knot on the back. You can have a knot on the back. It's okay. It really is. All right, now I've got some white here. I know it's white here and white there, but that's okay. We're just going to do a few little French knots, or maybe one big one. Hey, I think we've got enough. We can do one big one, I think, if we can get it to work out. I think we can. If we do one big one, then that gives us the dimension. And we have 3 around. Go right back in there. Hopefully. I'm on a knot. I could tell. Yep, I could tell I was. Okay, let's go right back in there. Make sure you hold this. No, this. Hold one of them. Okay. All right, now we've got it. Yep, I was on that knot there. That was the first one. And it tried to pull through. Okay, now we're good. Okay, I do want to do a little stem on there because it will be cute, right? Again, we're just going to tie it because that's easier. I've done it both ways, and I'm trying to share the easier way with you guys. Just, you know, keep it easy and simple. Okay. All right, let me get these in my little guy here. Okay, now we want a stem. We want to do that where, well, we want to do it where we can put the threads in, right? So we just want a little stem, and maybe we'll put some leaves in strategic places. I'm not going to draw them. We're just going to put them in strategic places where we've got enough solidity. Okay, now let's do this with our light green. Now with this, you don't really want to do, let's see, I want to get up in the flower somewhere, close to the flower, right? So we're going to start right there. You don't want to do the, so much, well, I guess you could. You could do the couching stitch, you could do a feather type stitch. Wonder if I could do the couching stitch on this. Let me see if I can. That might work. You know, that one that we tack it down. I think I've got enough space in there to tack some things down. I've got a thing going on here. Okay. Sometimes your strings from behind will want to pop through and you just go, no, don't do that, you know? We'll try the couching. You can do a stem stitch, you can do whatever stitch you want, whatever you can get to work out for you, because really there's limited space to stitch on with the lace. So yeah, there's that. Try to keep it where the most solid part of the lace is. Excuse me. Okay, we did all right with the couching stitch. So let's go down here and put a detached chain for a leaf. Just a little one though, right? Because we have limited space. Limited space. Okay. No twisting. No twisting. There are some that you twist and they look really pretty, but that's not this stitch that I'm doing now. We'll get into some twisting and other things later. Okay, let's undo that. All right, we've got one there. Let's put one, let's see, right here. I think. Stick real close to your stem when you're doing these, of course, you know. And just a little bitty fella. Yep, like so. Super cute. Not too shabby. Okay. That one is still a little bit, it got pulled because of the knot. Okay, better. All right, let's do this. And remember, on the lace, just tie them off. It's fine. Trying to do it the other way, you just get into a mess, really. Okay. There. We're going to have to expand our flower making stitches. I mean, most people use these, but there's more, so we're going to have to get our samplers out and do some more stitches soon. Not today, but soon. All right, we've got that one looking good, and so now I need to, where is that? Well, I gotta find that thread. I thought I had some. I don't want to do the light one. I've already got one of those. So I want to do the, that's my sampler that I practiced little things on. Let me find my other thread that's like that, and then we'll do the woven rose up here. Hold on a sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm threaded. This is the one I was looking for. And that's another thing you want to always look for. You want your threads to be color fast, because especially if you're going to use that stuff that dissolves in water. But if they're going to be in something that's going to be washed or whatever, you don't want your colors running on something. Because if you had white and then you put this color on it, then you know, that's not pretty. Okay, let's do our woven rose. We're going to do where we have the most density. Okay, I think we're going to have our most density here. We're going to go around, let's see, put our perimeter circle around like that, and then we have in here, that's 2, 3, 4, where am I going to put 5? I need 5 for my here. Okay, because you have to have an odd number. I don't know that that's a rule anywhere, but for me it works better if you have an odd number. Okay, all right, we're gonna make it a little big, but that's okay. We want it to be, you know, we want it to pop. Okay, we're gonna go here to the center. This one's so easy, but it's really pretty. So why not use it, right? Okay, so we've got lots of then back into the center. We've got lots of different ones on here, and so that just shows you what a variety. We've learned so much, haven't we? We've got a lot of things done. I love learning. Of course, I already knew these, but still. I love redoing. I love visiting old friends. That's what this is for me. Visiting old friends. Now, actually, the turkey, I haven't had that one in my repertoire. It's like a fluffy. Anyways, yeah. So that's newer-ish to me. It's, I don't know. I like it. You don't use it as much, though. So maybe that's why it feels like it's, you know, out there somewhere. It's out there somewhere. Okay. I've got another one that, like I said, we're going to learn some new stitches soon. We're going to pull out our samplers and we're going to put in some new stitches. And also, if you get a knot like that, just find which way to go with it. Pull one string and the other, and then one of them will run right up to your needle, and then you just do that, you know. Okay, now we're going to come up in the middle somewhere, and then we're just going to weave around, in and out, right? I wanted to do these both at the same time because we've got to get these put together. That'll be our next video, starting putting them together. Take them out of the hoop and put them together. Yeah, just over under. Now with the lace, you have to be careful because there's holes everywhere, and it'll easily take you to the back, and you don't want to go to the back. You want to stay on the front and just go over and under, right? If you're afraid or worried about sticking your finger with the needle, use a thimble, because that makes life easy when you do that. Okay. It just, I don't know, it's so pretty. And on this, yes, I think it's this one, I'd put a button under it to give it more height, you know. So you can do that. You just sew the button on and sort of weave around it. It's not hard, you just have to think logistically on that. Better if you have a 4-hole button, but you can even do it with 2, so it's all good. It's all good. So it's not good when it keeps trying to want to make a knot for you. That is not good. I don't know why it does that, but it does on occasion. But maybe when it does that for me and I have to undo it, it gives you more visual on how to undo it yourself, you know, when it happens to you, because it will happen. I don't know of anybody that it doesn't happen to, so that's okay. It's all good. All right, I just keep turning it around because, yep, over, under, over, under, over, under. I think maybe we can try soon, we can try doing some of those stitches that you can make, like, What's that purple flower? Okay, over, under. Lavender. That kind of thing. I mean, there's a lot of different flowers that have that same kind of thing. But wouldn't that be a fun one to do, huh? I think so. We're going to have to add that one in soon. And you don't have to have purple. You can use whatever colors you want to use. Okay, over, under. Not under the lace, just under the stitch. Did it again. I don't know. I'm blaming it on the thread being older, but it might not be. I don't know. It just is doing it. A lot of threads, sometimes it's the color too. I mean, you know, people would say, oh no, it's not, but sometimes it is. The white thread that I use, that's a very new thread, but it'll knot up really quick when the green and the light pink, same age, don't. So sometimes it's the color. Really. So, okay, over, under. Yeah. Okay. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay. Over that one, under this one. You want to make it as full as you can make it. As long as you can still get under those stitches, you can. Okay, over that one, under that one. You can keep going around, but when it gets really hard to find your stitch, you know, maybe then it's time to, you know, be done with it. Okay. All right. And we're getting close to being, you know, done with it. Very, very close to being done with it. Okay. I just want it to be really full. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the back and yeah. As soon as I get my needle back the way it's supposed to be. When you're going to the back, remember to go under your flower, right? And then you don't know where you started or where you ended, and you just have a pretty flower sitting up there. Okay, I'm gonna, of course, just go ahead and tie it off. Let me contain my needles because, yeah. Okay. Since I'm using the 6 strands, I can separate them fairly easy. If you want to use fewer strands, or if you're using just a one, you know, that's not a stranded, you may have to, you know, do different. All right, let's go back to our green because I want to put a few leaves. I did just a little cluster of leaves on the side. I think that's pretty. As soon as I find out which side has got the most density. Not a lot anywhere, really. Okay, we're going to go right here and just put us a little cluster of leaves. Well, if I tie a knot, it would help, you know. It's one of those things that you just have to do. Okay. Okay. Yep, just find the most density you can find on lace. That's not easy. And then just do 2 or 3 little clusters of chain stitch. Just, you know, just little ones. Like so. Cute. Okay, let's do one more at least. At least. Okay. Yep, it's trying to twist on me. I don't want it to. Okay. Right there. There. Okay. Cute. Very cute. I think that'll do. Well, maybe I'll put one right here if I can get it to work out. Right on this side. Then I've got 3. That's cool, huh? Okay. Maybe, let's see where I can put my, it's not easy. Okay. Now, it's a really pretty lace though, so I wanted to use it. And I have a bunch of it that's bigger than what I use for journal making. So I decided this is a good use for that. Because it's a little big to put in like the edge of a journal page or the edge of anything. So yeah, I'm gonna use it for this type thing. I think I can do, I have that idea to do those bookmarks, and I'm gonna have to give that a good try and see how that works, you know. If it works out really good, I'll show you guys. If not, you know. Okay, so now we've got this one, this one, this one, this one. Super cute. So the next video, we'll take them out and we'll start doing things. I'll get the little marks from the pen off of it with the heat thing off camera, but I've kept you long enough now. So I hope you guys are making these. They're awesomely beautiful, and they would really rock a journal, man. They really would. Okay. All right. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.